Hey everybody, under five for our first week of our prayer series, which is Use Your Senses. I just want to really reiterate and kind of stretch how we're looking at one of the ideas that we explored in the message on Sunday. Please make sure you grab that, grab this, the linked file below. Chew through this stuff before getting to City Group because, again, we want to make sure that we're investing in each other, that our spiritual journey is not just how do I grow? How do I change? How do I feel better? But how do we do this all together with Christ and for His people? So all those things said together, let's get started. One of the big things that I really wanted to look at was this little bit of a split that we had made in understanding that we can have multiple kinds of conversations within any given relationship. And then often these different kinds of conversations will overlap during the course of the day, over the course of the week. And really, a lot of the times when we look at our prayer life, it becomes a little bit, us focused, trying to make the bad things not hurt. And those are good, those are important. We're meant to do that. But I was really just trying to push as well to understand that in the multiplicity of different kinds of conversations that we'd have, that the one would be that we would be still focusing on who God is, that we can still be focused on His goodness and being generous in our thanksgiving towards Him. And really, we looked at this. Do we have the time? Man, everything is binging. To delight in Christ. Can we set aside this time to go, the world's a stinking mess, but Lord, you are good. I have fears and concerns and pains, but I delight in you. And as I was kind of thinking about that a little bit further, I think one of the things that we sometimes talk about in church, or in theology, is the sufficiency of God. And what happens is there's a lot of great teaching on that, and it comes down to really the sufficiency of the accomplishments of Jesus, which is so incredibly important that Jesus has rightfully established us as our great high priest in a relationship back with God the Father through His death, burial, resurrection, that His grace is sufficient, that His work is sufficient, and you being brought back into a relationship with God is not about you, it's about Him. And I think it's very important for us to understand that. It's very important for us to really be able to hold on to that and walk with it. But I think in honesty, whether you have a really robust understanding of that or not, what we're really struggling with on a day-to-day basis is the sufficiency of the goodness of God as measured and revealed and experienced in our heart. That He is sufficiently good, that He is sufficiently delightful, that when things are going to pot, man, I can still delight and know that He's good. And I think that's so incredibly important for us to understand and identify just the relationship that we can have with God. And that can sound weird, or it can sound like, hey, that's just really nice. We talk about those things on worship songs all the time. But really, my question to you would be, do you delight in God, or are you just kind of standing on, hey, I believe in Him and I think He did these things, but I'm still really going to desire all this other stuff, or I'm still really going to hurt and not be encouraged through my seasons and circumstances just because there's only pain. There's only that. Versus look who Christ is. Look what His Spirit might be doing through your city group, as we share, as we make our needs known, and we as the body begin to love and serve each other, we can delight in the work of God's people as well. So yeah, just really wanted to kind of hammer on that. Like, we need this understanding of the sufficiency at the level of our heart of the goodness of God, and to delight in Him, that as we are relating to Him, Lord God, I'm hurting, I'm in fear, these circumstances are horrible, whether for our own lives or for the lives of the people that we love or are ministering to, that there's a larger breadth to the relationship. So be sure to check out the PDF link below. Kind of pray through that, think through that, and come prepared to share really some of your God experiences, or lack of, I don't know what that might be. And again, hold on to when you see God moving in other people's lives, because that's still the same character of who He is for you today. So God bless you guys. Have an amazing set of meetings throughout the week at your different city groups, and we will talk to you guys shortly.